Hello and welcome to CarWale. I'm bored of mentioning the fact that India is an SUV-loving nation. So going forward, let's just take that as a given. Now leaving big burly SUVs aside, compact SUVs like the Maruti Brezza and the Ford EcoSport are doing really well and are proving to be a boon for their manufacturers. But what if you don't have a compact SUV in your arsenal? Then you do what Honda did. Take a proven hatchback platform. It's the Jazz. Beef it up and make it into a cross hatchback. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the WRV. Designed to be a cross hatchback, the WRV had to have the characteristics of an SUV, and it does. The crossover has a butch stance with high ground clearance, tall angular bonnet, and rugged feel from the cladding. When viewed from the front, the thick chrome slab forms the grille, which is now Honda's signature design, and it's flanked by swept-back headlamps with LED DRLs. In profile, one will also catch a glimpse of the 188mm ground clearance, the sporty-looking 16-inch gunmetal finish alloys, and the roof rails. At the rear, the bumper again is heavily cladded with a prominent skid plate which lends it a distinct identity. Overall, you can't really call the WRV beautiful, but it's definitely striking. So while the WRV looks nothing like the Jazz on the outside, once you get on the inside, you notice that the dash has been lifted straight off the Jazz. The seats are well shaped, and thanks to the large glass area, visibility is fantastic. The A-pillars though do obstruct vision, especially when you're crossing busy junctions. The asymmetrical lines grab attention, and the protruding center console, flanked by the new modern touchscreen, looks nice. The infotainment system houses loads of functions like navigation, mobile mirroring, and plays music through radio, USB, aux, and HDMI ports. The touchscreen itself has good sensitivity, but the processing speed could have been faster. Though the quality levels are decent, some soft touch points would have made the cabin experience a lot richer. That said, there's lots of cubby space on the lower center console and the door pads to stash your belongings. Even the cabin feels quite airy, and the electric sunroof further amplifies that feeling. While the front seats are large and well shaped, the cushioning is a bit too soft, especially around the contours. Honda doesn't offer the magic seats on the WRV, but instead sticks to a rear bench with no 60-40 split option. These rear seats are wide enough for three, with appropriate cushioning and contours that offer a comfortable experience that is only made better with the impressive legroom, headroom, and the flat floor. The only gripe being the slightly lesser thigh support. Boot space at 363 liters is substantial enough to swallow two small suitcases and some soft bags. Powering the WRV is the same 1.5-liter engine that also powers the Jazz, the BRV, the City, and the Amaze. Should you want a petrol, there's also 1.2-liter iVTEC unit available. Now getting back to the diesel, the power delivery is quite linear and there's no sudden kickback from the engine once the turbo kicks in. Also, the engine pulls very cleanly from as low as 1700 RPM. Quite impressive. The motor feels torquey, but post 3300 RPM, it gets markedly slower before nudging the 4300 RPM limit, at which point the engine seems to get buzzy. Also, as the meaty portion of the power band is between 1700 and 3300 RPM, one has to constantly work the gearbox to get the desired performance. The 6-speed manual transmission may feel slightly rubbery, but it has a short throw with well-defined gates and a slim gear knob. Although Honda has improved the noise, vibration, harshness levels over the Jazz, the diesel motor in the WRV makes a considerable amount of clatter even at idle, which gives it a crude feel. And there's no running away from it even while in motion. For extensive performance and fuel efficiency figures of the WRV, do visit our website www.carwale.com. Now the WRV is supposed to be capable enough to handle the worst of city and highway roads. So compared to the Jazz, it gets increased wheelbase and track for better stability, it gets taller springs for increased ground clearance, it gets thicker anti-roll bars, and they've increased the rigidity of the lower arms and the knuckles. Thanks to these updates, the WRV feels more sure-footed for treading over broken or uneven surfaces, and there's hardly any suspension noise filtering into the cabin. At any speeds, the longer travel offered by the extra length of the springs does help in good shock absorption. However, the ride does get bouncy over sharper, undulating surfaces and bumps. Also, we found the power steering to be light and fairly quick off the center. Though it's accurate enough for regular driving situations, don't expect fireworks around corners. Even though the WRV wasn't built with a sporty intent, it does a fair job of going through the bends with minimal roll. The WRV goes up against all the cross hatches from Hyundai, Toyota and Volkswagen, and also the Maruti Brezza along with the Ford EcoSport. It looks good, it's got plenty of space, it's loaded with features including a sunroof, and not to mention drives well too. But on the flip side, interior quality is a little patchy and refinement could be better as well. At Rs 9.92 lakhs ex-showroom, this top-of-the-line VX model is priced bang in the middle of the competition. All in all, the WRV makes a really strong case for itself, and we think definitely has the essence to fuel up the segment. So that was about the WRV. Now there's plenty of information about this car on our website, including comparos with its competition. So do make sure you visit the website www.carwale.com. As for the video, like, comment, share and subscribe to the CarWale channel.
Oh, I feel your body pressing right behind me. I feel I'm down for anything you have in mind. Oh, I like the way you keep on grinding right beside me. The way our body moves, it feels like the one. The night is over, we don't have to say goodbye, boy. Here's a number to myself so you can find me. 771-4249.